back. And we have a new guest.
Good morning,
Good
mga
morning.
katribo. We're back to, this is a special episode of Street Talk. Yeah, and we have former mayor of Taguig City and now the president of
Global
Electric Transport.
which is into electric vehicles.
Yes. So right now, nandito po tayo sa studio.
Yeah.
Me and Chito are here in the studio. The president of
The GET,
GET
is outside
is,
in the
with our co-editor nasa
Ray Bangkok.
yeah, they're going around inside on board an electric bus.
yeah,
So,
testing the vehicle.
Are they online now? I mean, are they on now? All right.
That's it. So
Yeah.
there
small or small network.
hello, Mr.
That means if you're
Mayor.
going to roll out these buses,
You cannot hear us.
you're going to put people there. The team, the buses. Yes, we have a deal with Cebu already. Yes. Again, we partnered with, as you said,
We just
are
let
doing
him.
can maintain this.
There's a Ray
So
Bangkok.
we roll out teams in the various locations.
Malabo eh, no?
Really helps us doing business at these locations. Ayala is our partner charging station. So when you've got some
It's no. It's a bus. Is it a bus?
Electric.
scale the business.
So we just saw the Mr. Tinga, the former mayor of Taguig,
Yeah, medyo
on
meron
board the
lang
bus.
meron lang technical glitch, but we'll have them back again.
Okay.
So, itong
Electric vehicles are becoming a
very popular.
popular.
Actually, I see on the streets yung mga three-wheeled motorcycles.
yeah, that's the
Yeah.
usual.
Yeah,
That's
and
replacement of the tricycles right now.
I understand na
It's a
hindi
good-
kailangan you don't even need a registration for that.
And it's environmental friendly. That's the important thing.
Ang problema lang dyan, Chito, is paano kung habang nasa daan ka, na-drain yung baterya.
Yeah. Tsaka I'm wondering kung nagkaroon ng flood. Would it still be?
Hindi mo naman siguro isusulong sa flood. I mean, if you know it's, raining cats and dogs
So,
outside.
babalik yung mga, yung mga pedicab.
Ah,
Yung pinaka-effective.
I mean, yung popularity niya kasi, I can see, even, women, housewives
kasi it's easy
driving an electric
It's
motorcycle.
easier to
Oo.
drive.
And marami ako nakikita. Parang they also don't need a license, a driver's license for that. So I really don't know. We have to research and ask Mr. The mayor.
And the cars.
Yeah, kung ano yung
Even in the United States, it's most popular brand now is Tesla, which is an electric vehicle.
yeah.
So, but the problem that we need to address there is the charging stations.
Siguro yung charging stations are only pwede lang yun dun sa mga maliliit na like the motorcycles.
Unless it's as advanced as the one.
Oo,
in the
kasi
United
I heard
States.
kanina while he's there on the bus, sabi nga ni Ray Bangkod, parang nabanggit niya, I overheard na may mga charging stations ng Ayala. So they have partnered
yeah.
with Ayala Malls.
And
kasi-
sa SM, I saw many. There's one or two malls ng SM.
I remember, Chito, meron ako nasakyan na electric, may mga motor dyan dito sa Makati. Isang electric motorcycle.
It will bring you to the LRT station.
Yeah. Ang tinanong ko yung driver, and ang sinabi nga nung driver, sabay sa pagtulog, yung pag-charge ng motor.
So it's not that
Yeah,
complicated.
so when they wake up,
And how many hours does it take?
I think parang basta
8?
more than 8 hours.
More than 8?
Oo.
So
Kumbaga,
enough na, one day.
Yeah, isasabay mo lang sa pagtulog yung pag-charge. And when you wake up, so it's another day, it's another tricycle day.
Yeah, sana pwedeng palitan yung battery. Pag na-drain,
That we have
palitan mo agad.
that we have to ask the former mayor, the president of GET.
So, Mr. Tinga is still in the bus, touring and testing the electric vehicle.
Yeah, perhaps yung first account experience would be shared by Ray Bangkod.
Should we interview him? But
Naka-on.
I
So
guess
the sexual harassment, so that's why the female bracket rising probably at 70% female bracket.
Labo.
hindi mo,
So these were our corporate shuttles and shared shuttle projects in school. But even there, you have the corporate
nadidinig na.
clients, again, the guys that you hear kung ano sasabihin.
So,
Nakasakay ka na ba ng electric car, Chito? Have you?
yeah. Better. I tried a hybrid vehicle.
You know, this kind of yung 'di ba, they introduced yung sasakyan na may LPG, 'di ba? Hindi siya
Yeah,
fuel powered. So it's the LPG.
It's not
And then now we have these electric cars. Maganda to because it would give, the consumers options na and besides you wouldn't have to worry about the price increase
sa
of gasoline. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Unlike
Tapos,
LPG, which
very din
volatile din yung price nun.
And also may mga apprehensive din about yung using LPG dahil nga baka naman at home nga, 'di ba? Pwedeng mainitan lang, biglang it would be a cause of, an explosion or a fire. So these electric vehicles, para ka rin gumamit ng telepono. You know the toys, yung mga bata, merong electric toys. I remember my son may electric toy and then charge mo lang. Tapos the next day, ayun, laro-laro na naman siya. So it's just like this. The same concept. I haven't tried though, and I wish I could try. Kasi I think back in 2017, the Department of Energy, they had this, a few units of electric vehicles. Oo. And parang they had different agencies try it. So binigyan nila.
In fact, there's a law or a department order to promote the use of electric vehicle. And the main problem pa rin yung charging stations. So the law needed the provision to set up more.
Yeah, if there's a
charging
gasoline
stations.
station, then there should be, charging stations talaga.
Yeah,
Hindi siya
I guess,
mall-based na charging station.
yeah, the government should mandate and require the gas stations to do that.
Oo, to have an area there where, electric vehicles could charge.
Can charge.
Yeah. So, hindi na kailangan ng iba pang facility. It's just, the existing gasoline stations can provide charging services. Hindi rin naman siguro pwedeng, Chito. I mean, it's just, wild imagination na hindi naman siguro pwedeng magkaroon ng power bank.
Paano pag brown out?
Hindi pa. Remember when pag drain na ang mga phone natin, we have a power bank to,
Yun na yung battery.
to recharge. No, an extra. Diba? An extra.
You can have two. I saw one sa Discovery Channel program. In one European country, there's a facility where you can put the battery. It's a common facility. You put the battery in a charging
Port.
cell, port, then you can get another. So the charging is not a problem there.
Kailangan siguro maging uniform. I mean, standard.
Oh,
The battery
standard, yeah.
sizes and para, kumbaga, it's a universal battery for all kinds of.
That would be a solution.
Yeah. So I wonder what, this truck, how long does the charging last?
Is it a truck or it's a bus?
I mean the bus. Actually, the president, mga katribu, the president of GET,
He's a
former
former
mayor,
mayor.
Fred. Oh, so ayan po,
Sige.
we're seeing now a lighting from the electric bus.
So it's a
So we could
huge
get to
bus.
interview, Mr. Fred, Mayor Fred Tinga. Kasi parang ang dami nating questions eh.
Correct.
Diba? Marami tayong questions and the president of GET is the best person, to share.
And I wanted to ask why he went into the electric vehicle business. What potentials does he see?
Foremost, I mean, cost effective. Volatile kasi yung price ng
Fuel.
ng fuel. So I mean with electricity.
Maybe that's the best way
I mean,
to
it's readily available.
for communities to move around.
Okay.
So we're going to a commercial break for now.
Yeah,
Just
while waiting for
the mayor.
the mayor to join us in the studio, Straight Talk will be back after these reminders.
So
Nasa kamay mo ang swerte, ngunit hindi ito isang laro na para lang sa'yo. Dahil bukod sa pag-asang maging milyonaryo, ang pagtangkilik mo sa loto at ipapang produkto ng PCSO ay nakakalikom ng pondo para sa mga programang pangkalusugan, tulong at serbisyong medikal at kawang-gawa.
Lahat ng minimithi makakamtan sa PCSO.
Iba ng panahon, dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga parties, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayad.
With Globe, our steps can lead us to millions of doors opening, millions of paths unfolding, and millions of reasons to keep going. Now's the time to be with the network that gets better every day for you.
Nasa kamay mo ang swerte, ngunit hindi ito isang laro na para lang sa'yo. Dahil bukod sa pag-asang maging milyonaryo, ang pagtangkilik mo sa loto at ipapang produkto ng PCSO ay nakakalikom ng pondo para sa mga programang pangkalusugan, tulong at serbisyong medikal at kawang-gawa.
Lahat ng minimithi makakamtan sa PCSO.
Viber is the free.
Iba ng panahon, dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ano bayan, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga partners, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayad.
Nasa kamay mo ang swerte, ngunit hindi ito isang laro na para lang sa'yo. Dahil bukod sa pag-asang maging milyonaryo, ang pagtangkilik mo sa loto at ipapang produkto ng PCSO ay nakakalikom ng pondo para sa mga programang pangkalusugan, tulong at serbisyong medikal at kawang-gawa.
Kasal, lahat ng minimithi makakamtan sa PCSO.
Hello, you're back.
Welcome
Okay.
back to Straight Talk. Again, mga katribo, this is a special episode of the weekly talk show, Straight Talk. Now we have the former mayor of the Gig City, and he is now into electric vehicles. So he's an advocate of, environmental concerns. And very interesting, a while ago, i-share po ni former Mayor Fred Tinga yun tungkol po sa electric vehicles, especially now, very apt because of the, mainit na issue about PUV modernization program. Right, Chito?
Yeah, he has a company called GET,
Yeah.
the electric transport
So what does GET
company.
means?
Yeah.
Ano po ibig sabihin?
Global electric.
Global Electric Transport. So, all right. Good morning. Good morning po. And it's an honor to have you here with us to talk about, dahil ako mismo personally, and even Chito, very
I'm
interested kami
interested.
sa, electric vehicles. Sabi ko nga, parang telepono lang yan, na-drain ka,
And it's a hot issue.
magcha-charge ka lang. And then,
Yung
it's already-
modernization
Yeah,
program
it's a hot
ng
issue.
government.
So, Mr. Fred Tinga, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Gigie. Thank you, Chito. Thank you for having us here, and it's a pleasure and a privilege to
It's our
talk about. As you said, it's a hot topic now,
Mm.
and we think that maybe it shouldn't be as hot as people are making it out to be. No, nakikita kasi namin, it's becoming an and/or issue. When we feel it shouldn't be, no? I mean, there's the talk of whether we will be displacing the jeepney operators
Correct.
and the drivers with a new technology solution, when in fact, our approach is completely the opposite. We're saying there's a way to introduce technology and as well as address the economic concerns of our jeepney operators and drivers. No? And so this is why we came up with what we did. And you know, we've been doing this for a while. Medyo matagal-tagal na rin kami. And, we've had our ups and downs. And now we think we have a solution to both the traffic problems of today, the pollution problems of today, as well as the transport requirements of the community. No? So the COMET, which is our vehicle, it stands for Community Optimized Managed Electric Transport. And yeah, and
Yeah, it's quite impressive.
Yeah.
Comment.
And so the idea here is that this is easily a 30-passenger vehicle. No, we've got seating for 20 and then about 12 to 15 standing. Maluwag pa rin siya. As you can see, it's got a slot for people with disabilities and a wheelchair there. We've also got a ramp that comes out of the vehicle. So right now, this is the only PWD accessible PUV on the market.
So not even the modern jeepneys that are, you know, on the roads now.
Unfortunately, it's not there. We were just with a lady named Carmen Zubiaga the other day. She heads the National Council for Disability Affairs, and that is their one major concern, na wala nga silang masakyan. No? So for us, we've rolled out an electric vehicle. It's air-conditioned. It's got a range of 100 kilometers. And we've got our own charging network, which allows us to charge the vehicle, fully charge it in about 45 minutes.
Wow,
no?
that's fast.
And since kami naman, our routes that we run are usually 15, 20, 25 kilometers lang, what happens is we go to our fast chargers, we top up for about 8 to 10 minutes, and kung ano yung nagastos mong kuryente, nabawi mo na in that span of time. No? So it's quite exciting for us to be rolling this out.
Ilang charger stations ang meron?
Right now, we have 7. 5.
Saan yan?
So, we partner with the mall. So, in Metro Manila, it's at SM North, it's at Ayala 30th. We've got one at Ayala Circuit.
So these are outdoor charging stations, right? Sa mall?
Yung sa mall, halo, mixed. Meron kaming sa basement charging, meron kami dun sa outdoor parking nila.
I see.
So how do you charge?
Those are ports. You see them on the side. It's just like a, you know, so we've got a slow charging port and a fast charging port. So the slow charging is a 7 kilowatt charge port, which takes you about 10 hours, and yung overnight charging. And then we've got our fast charging
The fast
ports.
charging.
Yeah.
How long would that last?
That should be good for 100, 110 kilometers on a single charge, no? With air conditioning on yan.
And then it could run for, sabi mo nga, sir, 25 kilometers.
No, we run for over 100 kilometers on a single charge. But,
right.
but since
Plus the air condition.
including the air conditioning. Yeah, oo. Kung air condition lang, like for example, if I were just to park it outside your office and doon tayo mag-meeting, I mean, I'll run this for a day. This is gonna run for like 24 hours with aircon and a full charge. Yeah.
To give our viewers an idea, sabi mo nga 100 kilometers, right?
Yeah.
Per charge.
Per charge.
Ilang balik-balik from Baclaran to Monumento ang 100 kilometers?
Oh, that's a good question. What's that? About 19 kilometers ba? Baclaran to Monumento? I'm guessing, ha? So don't hold.
So ilang round trip?
So 19, so 20, so ano yun?
5
Lima.
trips.
Limang
So
anuhan.
4.5 na ano.
Oo, pero ang ginagawa nga namin, dun sa dulo, may charger doon. So, konting sip-sip ng kuryente, takbo ka na naman.
Para lang magkaroon ng idea ang ating mga mga nanonood. Kasi yung iba, walang idea. Ilan ba yung 100 kilometers?
Sa tingin ko ha, I'm guessing Baclaran to Monumento. I remember checking it out once. I
So,
think it's
4 na balik.
Mayor, if you're stuck in traffic, tapos na-drain yung paano yun?
Well, it won't happen because we remotely monitor and we're under strict instructions na dapat andito ka sa ganitong level pag tumatakbo ka, no? And again, the routes we run, they're not long routes eh. So, I don't think it's... The only time it's happened, yung sinadya namin. Yung tinetest namin. Okay, sige, gastusin natin, ubusin natin yung kuryente. Let's see what happens. So we've done that. Then it runs out. Then we have to tow it and then charge it. Ganun. So we've done that just to test the vehicle.
Walang so you haven't thought pa, Mayor, kunyari, in the middle of the road, I mean, it was intentional because you were testing it. How about, minsan may nangyayari yan, minsan nga we forget to charge our phone eh. And then nasa labas na tayo. And then,
Yeah.
wala, patay na. So do you have that, a contingency, for cost?
May towing service.
Hindi lang towing.
But a quick charge.
Quick charge.
a quick charge solution.
You bring them the,
Yeah.
for
Pwede
them to
ba,
charge.
detachable ba yung battery?
There is the ability to call dump charging, which is to charge from one vehicle to the other.
Pwede
no?
yun.
So we haven't had the need to do that because, as I said, these are all remotely monitored. Hindi yan lalabas ng kukulangin dun sa pupuntahan. And I think, again, that's the advantage of being a fleet managed system. So ito, hindi ito yung sasakyan mo, sasakyan niya, sasakyan mo isa. We manage,
sabay-sabay.
we manage the whole fleet.
Meron na bang gumagamit nitong klase na bus? Yeah.
Yes, I mean, we've got 65 on the road, and most of our clients are corporate shuttle clients.
So wala pang public utility.
Well, we signed this week with 145 units, and then today we're finalizing another 170 units, I think, and this is naman for Mandaluyong. So 300 plus units will be all public transport, and nakikita namin, in the end, we will probably have a healthy mix of both corporate shuttles and public transport routes.
So, you also provide the fleet system, like how to dispatch the buses.
Yes, so yung fleet management, fare
Fleet
management, maintenance, service,
All
repair, amin lahat yan.
Oh,
Yeah.
all in na.
Oh, I see.
Oo. So, yun ang sinasabi namin sa mga partners namin na huwag kayong mag-alala, we're here. And these vehicles that we have now, in 2022, we did over 1 million kilometers with them. So, medyo tried and tested na to. Binugbog na namin yan. Alam na namin kung anong mga sakit nito. No?
Is there a specific, a CASA for this kind of vehicle?
So it's
Some
us, as well as
maintenance.
we partnered with another group that will be setting up, as you said, CASAs nationwide with us. And I think from that, those joint venture CASAs we have will be able to service other electrics as well. Yun ang tinitingnan namin, no?
Siyempre, meron ding training. Of
Yes.
course, specialized din yung a mechanic specialized then, because this is different, I guess, from, a fuel.
Yeah, so we've actually, the engineering's done by a company called QEV based in Spain, and they do Formula E vehicles.
So the technology is Spain.
Is
Spanish.
Spain-based, yeah, Spanish. They're a very good
And manufactured din doon.
manufactured in China. So we do our engineering in Spain, we do our manufacturing in China, and we do the operations and the IT and all of that here in the Philippines, no? And to be fair to the Pinoy service people, technicians, engineers, magaling talaga ang Pinoy. Magaling talaga.
Madaling matuto.
Madaling matuto, yeah. And so we're quite proud of our engineering and service team, and that's why we're going out there now. Medyo matapang na kami, hindi na kami natatakot ilabas yung sasakyan. Like anyone else who's trying to roll out something new, baby steps kami dati. But now, no, these things are solid.
So ibig sabihin, sir, more than 300 na. Kasi sabi mo, may bago kayong booking, right? Na more than 100. And in the previous, more than 100 din. So,
Well, we've got 65 units on the road. We've got 300 plus signed up, plus the corporate clientele that nakapila. Actually, we don't have enough vehicles ngayon. No? Nahihiya nga kami doon sa ibang kliyente namin. And so the target officially by the end of the year is 480 units on the road. We think we're going to surpass that just because of the demand we're seeing now. No?
actually, I can't get my eyes off the screen. Ang ganda-gandang tingnan.
Yeah, we've got to have you guys on board. And again, this is one of the issues that we feel na shouldn't be one. This jeepney modernization
matagal
debate.
na eh.
Dahil ang sinasabi nga namin sa kanila, it's like, as purists, we want to maintain the Filipino culture and heritage and all that, and we agree. Because the jeepney really is such a symbol of innovation and you know, the Filipino ingenuity, you know. But come here, we're looking at applying that same innovation in ingenuity in creating the next generation of the public transport vehicle. Because like most people who ride the jeepneys, if you ask them, if you can give them a better ride, they will. No, they will choose it. And this is what we're experiencing with our Comet. Kasi we have our own app that allows us for the passengers to tap in and tap out. No? So meron kaming analytics, we know the ridership, we know where they get on and get off. And the surprising thing for us was that 65% of our ridership were women. And this was 2 months ago. I just came back from Cebu. Doon sa deployment naman namin doon, 72% were women. So we were asking surveys and doing surveys and all that. Bakit ganon? Why were we? Because we couldn't figure out, lalo na kami, we're in transport, puro lalaki kami, hindi namin maintindihan. No? And it turns out that men will ride any vehicle. Ang lalaki hindi mapili. Yung babae mapili. So they were waiting for our vehicle because it allowed them to get to the office fresher, yung makeup, the hair, and all of that. And then the number one thing that we saw in their answers, walang chancing, walang sexual harassment. Which it turns out is a big issue pala in the current transport situation. And if you look at our vehicle, again, these are the things we did not realize. Sabi ng mga babaeng sumasakay, dito hindi kami kailangan yumuko at magtakip. So, things like that na hindi namin na-realize.
Unlike sa yung mga conventional jeep.
Yeah, so that's what we were saying. We were a female-dominated transport platform. So it turns out that a segment of our society who is typically marginalized, we're preferring to ride our vehicle. So that gives us more...
So we could say, Mayor, that this is a gender-sensitive vehicle.
You know, I'd like to say it was intentionally meant that way, pero lumalabas ganun nga. Ganun nga lumalabas ngayon.
And maluwag siya. I mean, if you have nag-grocery ka, you don't need to take a cab. Bit mo lang, 3, 4 na supot, and there's space.
Kaya ba yun sa yung current fare rates?
Yes. Actually,
Parang mas mahal i-maintain.
Parang mas mahal tingnan.
Okay,
yun ang importante, mas mahal tingnan, pero presyo, pag sumakay ka, pareho lang. So, we will be more expensive than the regular non-aircon jeepneys, right?
Okay.
But in terms of the aircon jeepneys, the UV, we're right there. We are right in that price bracket. So, you will not have to spend extra to ride. In fact, you mentioned that maintenance, it's cheaper to maintain. So, an electric vehicle is more expensive, capex-wise. Pero pagdating sa OPEX, lamang ka. Like our fuel
yung mga
cost.
day-to-day.
For example, fuel, yung kuryente, no? Ang electricity cost namin compared to your diesel cost for a Euro 4 vehicle, we are at about 4 pesos 50 per kilometer. A diesel vehicle will be at 20-25 pesos per kilometer.
Laki.
So we're at 20 to 25%.
Times 4.
Oo. Yun ang advantage namin. Mahal nga yung sasakyan, pero pag nag-operate ka, mas mura. Pati maintenance mo, mas
So,
mura.
doon na kita tatanungin, sir.
Yeah.
Magkano po ang isang
Vehicle.
kanyang
Okay.
klaseng sasakyan?
So the way we approach this as our business model, which is very different nga from the traditional vehicle suppliers, mahal talaga. This is a 4.5 million peso vehicle when we bring it in, at hindi pa kami kumikita dyan. I mean, there's some margin to make sure na hindi naman lugi. But 4.5 million pesos, and then we tell our transport partners, ganito gawin natin. Sagutin namin kalahati, 2.25 million. Sagot mo 2.25 million. Yan naman yung iutang mo sa bangko. So sa Land Bank, sa DBP. And it turns out that 2.25 million is the cheapest that offer that they can get. So we come in cheaper than the Euro 4 diesels and all of that because all they have to ante up is 2.25, and then partner pa nila kami to make sure that this thing earns for them and for us. Because if it doesn't earn, wala, talagang talon-talo kami, di ba? So that's our business model. We're providing mobility as a service as a partner. The vehicle is sold to the transport co-op. They have ownership of the vehicle, and so that's the kind of partnership.
May premium yung post-sales.
Yung post-sales,
Yeah.
yun.
About yung ROI, Mayor? Yeah, how many years?
So, sila, yung transport org, walang
Yung
ROI
transport.
dahil wala silang ininvest eh. Utang lang yan eh. So, the minute they start earning, that's earnings for them already. And we expect, once we run the routes efficiently, that they should earn about 30,000 a month. Yan ang hinahabol namin, 25 to 30, even after paying the loan. Yun ang hinahabol namin para sa kanila. And then kami naman, we should as a profit share, should earn about the same or a little more because we take a bigger cut on the advertising. Kasi yung mga basta namin may mga raps yan. Sabi
Yeah.
namin sa kanila, hayaan nyo naman kami bumawi ng konti dito.
Yun ang,
Oo, yun ang bawi naman namin.
Para rin newspaper.
Yes. Yeah, in your business. Yes. So while you provide the news, you also earn from the ads. Ito, we provide transport. We also earn from the ads.
The same boat.
Exactly. You got the
parang-
business model.
It's a moving billboard.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this one, you see, wala pang wraps yan, but most of our vehicles have wraps.
Are you considering, Mayor, yung,
Ready na lang po, Gigie. Yeah.
Sir Fred, aside from, this bus, are you considering like, the sedan type of vehicles for those who would want to, be engaged in the
Maybe tax.
Grab?
Yeah.
Grab.
That's a great question, and we're looking to bring in pickups, delivery vans, cars,
even commercial vehicles,
Kaya lang fleet daw eh.
Pero yeah, ang approach namin is more fleet. So we were just in Thailand for a investment forum, no? And there were quite a few EV suppliers there talking to us about this. And sanabi lang namin ganito, the way we see the car market, the EV market here, is that most of the people who will buy the brands they know, the US brands, ganyan. And saka a lot of them, yung mga may kaya. For the typical Filipino, they're still not ready to buy an electric car. We don't think so. So ang entry point talaga ng most of the Filipino community will be public transport. But what we're seeing though is that the corporate shuttles that we are servicing, lahat sila nagtatanong na sa amin. Okay, we're happy that you're providing us the minibus shuttles. Kailan ngayon namin ang car fleets para sa mga empleyado namin, sa mga managers namin. And that's why we're looking to bring in those cars. So it will be more for those fleet type arrangements rather than, okay, I'll sell to you, I'll sell to you. No. So that's how we see the car market here.
What would be what's the Chinese manufacturer of the vehicle? Who manufacture?
So the company in Spain is called QEV Technologies, and the company in China is called EV Dynamics. And EV Dynamics. It's a listed Hong Kong company, and we have a, shall we say, a symbiotic relationship between the three companies. There's some common ownership between the three companies. And ang kagandahan dito is kahit ganito lang yung volume muna namin, pumapayag yung engineering partner at manufacturing partner gumawa. I mean, can you imagine? They built the first 65 vehicles. A traditional manufacturer would not even talk to you kung ganun lang yung order mo. Diba? But they believe in the model, they're betting on the model, and they expect this thing to scale not only in the Philippines, but for them, this is a product for emerging markets.
Kailan yung, sir, to? Kailan to, yung 65, kailan sila dumating sa Pilipinas?
Wow, I mean, I think we've had them trickling in over the last 2 years.
So that's after the PUV modernization was,
Yeah.
after 2017.
Oo. We had our previous vehicles that we rolled out 2015. These were non-air conditioned. We were running the Katipunan routes. So we learned a lot from those. Those were not fast charging, and also marami na kaming natutunan doon, and for us that was just expensive tuition.
Yeah.
To be able to get to where we are now.
Sa China, assembly or manufacturing talaga?
Manufacturing.
Pati yung mga yung engines, everything.
The motors, yeah, it's it's assembled there. The body is built there. That can be localized, and that's what we're looking to do. But the key to this really is huwag ka magtipid sa baterya. No? So we use a battery from a company called CATL, which is right now probably the number one supplier of electric vehicle batteries in the world. They're tier 1. So doon kami natuto, wag ka magtitipid sa baterya.
Kasi yun yung...
Yan ang buhay mo eh.
Yun yung buhay ng sasakyan Pag wala ang...
Quite interesting.
Mumurahin substandard yung baterya mo, wala. It would only last you like a few years siguro.
Kayo lang bang EV manufacturer?
Well, there are others in the market, but we don't see anyone doing it the way we're doing it. Kasi most of them are bringing in, some are still lead-acid battery vehicles, so slow charging pa rin, So, doon lumalabas yung mga katanungan lagi ng mga nakikita namin, ito ba kayang paahon, kaya bang umakyat nito pag medyo matarik na, no? So,
Kaya sa baha.
yeah, o sa baha. So, we've done both of those just to dispel the doubts, no? So, we've run this in Baguio with Mayor Magalong, and like Mayor Magalong said, okay, this is the first electric vehicle we've seen that can handle the slopes of Baguio, and hopefully soon we'll be able to do the PUV modernization program there as well. No? Kasi given the pollution and all there, we're excited. We're excited to do Baguio, and sabi nga namin, if we can do Baguio, we can do any location here.
So, 65 vehicles. If you are going to provide needs of the
Nagpa-book
modernization,
na nga daw di ba?
300. I
Yeah.
guess you would need more
Well,
to produce.
our internal target this year is 1,000 units on the road. No? And I think that's doable for us. Our production capacity right now is about 200 to 300 vehicles a month. If we
A month.
If we become more successful, then obviously we'll need to scale that up. Pero doable naman, no? So ang hinahabol namin baka 1,000 by the end of the year, and I think if we're able to do that, that's a successful year for us, but that's a drop in the bucket. The people ask, what's the market for this? There are about 300,000 legitimate jeepneys. Hindi pa kasama colorum, no? So if you add the UVs and all of that, the addressable market is probably 500,000 units in the Philippines.
The whole country.
In the whole country. And that doesn't include if, for example, ma-convince namin kayo na mag-mass transport na lang, iiwan nyo na yung kotse nyo sa bahay, which is the goal. The goal is to provide quality mass transport so people leave their cars at home. Then obviously the market for this thing expands.
Yung convenience.
Yeah.
Ang pinaka-factor.
Convenience, safety, and again, working with the DOTR, this is what's exciting for us, is we spoke with Secretary Bautista, and he understands that maybe the fixed route franchising system needs to be updated, no? Sabi namin kay Secretary, you used to be the president of PAL, and I'm pretty sure you moved your aircraft around. Hindi komot Manila to Hong Kong ang ruta nito, buong buhay nitong eroplano na to Manila to Hong Kong na. Which is the case of your fixed franchise system. Because right now, we're servicing a lot of BPOs at night. And if I was working on a fixed franchise system, hindi ko malilipat yung sasakyan ko, mag-out of line ako. So the department is looking to create a program for electrics that will allow us to be more flexible in our route management.
Yeah, nabanggit niya sa isang interview.
So that is what's exciting for us.
Okay.
Hindi na kaya nung traditional na mga franchising.
Yes. And of course, doon partner pa rin natin yung mga traditional operators. Hindi rin sila mawawala.
So in a nutshell, before we, as a wrap-up, so in a nutshell, ano-ano yung pros ng isang electric vehicle?
Well, for us, no pollution, and then because it's fleet managed, we address the traffic. So if you address traffic, you address pollution. you provide a better, safer ride for the communities. It's really a win-win-win. Passenger wins, jeepney operators win, the country wins because the community wins.
Drivers win.
Oo, we don't see the negative eh. We don't see the negative as long as, ang sabi nga namin, you imbue technology with a social purpose. So basta ang goal namin ay mapagbigyan pa rin ng trabaho at hanap buhay ang ating mga operator at mga driver, then we feel good about what we're doing. We're not here to try to displace them.
Okay.
Boundary system pa rin pag ganun.
No, this is
ano na,
ano yan?
sweldo na.
This is swelduhan na yan. And of course, as we improve our revenue stream, then you give bonuses for the drivers to perform well as well. So, ganun ang idea dito.
Actually, yun naman ang ano nila eh. I mean, wala nang agawan sa kalsada.
Exactly,
Because,
exactly.
I mean, yun ang habol nila. It's the boundary. So, tama yun, sir. So, anyway, your last words for our viewers. Pero napaka-interesting nitong electric vehicle na topic na to.
Fred Tinga.
Again, thank you, Gigie and Chito, for having us here. And for us, really, the goal was not just to build a better vehicle, but to build a better community, a better country, and a better Philippines. That's what we're trying to achieve with this.
Okay. All right. So, clear tayo doon. No
Very
one,
much.
nobody's going to be displaced
Nobody's going to be
by the
I have a better
PUV modernization.
idea.
So, thank you again, Sir Freddy Tinga, and thank you so much, mga katribu, for your time.
And thank you. I'm Chito Lozada. Tune in again next Tuesday for another episode of Straight Talk.
Once again, I'm Gigie Arcilla. Watch Straight Talk live every Tuesday at 10 a.m.
So, see you next week.
Sir.
Thank you so much.